This scene now inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena with the anticipation of the heavyweight championship of the world between the two undefeated Deontay Wilder and Tyson Furry. Pay-per-view Saturday night. Wilder was first to arrive here this afternoon. 42-0-1 with 41 knockouts. The WBC heavyweight champion pacing in his locker room trying to get comfortable. Meanwhile, you hear the massive roar of the scene for the arrival of Tyson Furry. The Brits and the Irish travelers have come out in force to support the Gypsy King with a huge reception here inside the arena. The lineal heavyweight champion of the world, Fury, against the WBC champ, Deontay Wilder. As we say, good afternoon, everybody. Thrilled that you're with us. Joe Tessitore, alongside the recent welterweight champion of the world, Sean Porter, and my longtime boxing brethren, Brian Kenny, as we are set to bring you the weigh-in here today. But guys, as soon as we walked into the MGM Grand Garden Arena, we said, I don't think they've opened up enough sections for this crowd, Sean. It is electric in here.
You know, all these people, all these Brits, they're on vacation, all right? Our Americans, we're at work. We'll be here Saturday night.
It's going to be roaring Saturday.
We'll be here.
Okay.
It's funny, you know, Ali and Frazier went to the New York State Athletic Commission. They weighed in. That was it. You know, this didn't happen. But this, Joe, that's the biggest line I've ever seen at the MGM Grand, and that includes Canelo and Mayweather, where people were just waiting to get in, as you pointed out, hours before this place would open up.
Speaking of athletic commissions, we do have news that pertains to today, because the Nevada State Athletic Commission has said, based on this, what happened Wednesday at the final news conference when it went on for 15 minutes, the vitriol, the heat, the pushing, the shoving, there will be no stare down, no final face-off today. They want to get this thing to the finish line nice and clean.
So what? We got to face off on Wednesday, all right? All of the energy was there on Wednesday. Nobody expected it, but we got it, all right? Today is just about the weigh-in. It's about these guys seeing each other one more time. There's no need for a face-off.
Joe, they're going to fight tomorrow night, right?
They are.
They don't need to fight today. I'm with you. Oh, my God. We don't need to see it today. I'm fine with it. Remember Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson? They put like a plastic screen between the two so they couldn't possibly get at each other.
Yeah.
You don't need that, but play it safe. You don't need the stare down. You don't need the extra tweets. We get it. They're going to fight tomorrow night.
By the way, Lennox Lewis will be one of my partners calling the fight ringside tomorrow night for this mega pay-per-view. Let's waste no time of getting to the first of our four weigh-ins. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you, and we welcome you to the MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas for the official weigh-in for our tremendous night of action coming your way right here tomorrow night. And we'll begin with our opening attraction on pay-per-view, a battle of undefeated blue-chip super welterweights scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Please welcome first to the scale at this time, undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 6 wins, no losses, 4 wins coming by way of knockout. He's a 2016 Olympian. He is undefeated, joining us from Sydney, Australia. Please welcome Daniel Lewis. And Daniel Lewis weighs in at 153 pounds, 153. And now we invite his opponent to the scale at this time. His record 13 wins, no losses, 1 draw, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout. From Coachella, California, please welcome the 6'5" towering inferno, Sebastian Fundora. And Sebastian Fundora weighs in at 153.5 pounds, 153 1/2.
Lewis will start the night at 9 o'clock on our pay-per-view as we continue here as we work our way to Wilder and Fury, the heavyweight championship of the world, the weigh-in, coming to you live from Vegas. What better place to have it?
Attraction to light, to endless nights, to the games of chance and life. That's what distinguishes a Las Vegas fight. For this is where the action is, where senses are bombarded. The best place for a battle of the hungry.
I am sitting over here with Delia and Donna. They have been chirping me all afternoon, screaming at me, saying, get over here. So I'm finally here. I want to know what excites you guys so much about the sport of boxing. Why are you here? Why are you so passionate?
Because he's a gypsy and we're all backing him.
Because he's a gypsy and we're backing him. That's her answer. Where are you guys from?
Texas, Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas. Are you excited to be in there tomorrow with these guys cheering?
I'm so happy. It's amazing. I want to welcome all the other gypsies from all over the world.
Thank you guys so much for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. Get on social. # Wilder Fury 2.
Your favorite device. You can also go to ESPNplus.com/WilderFury and click Buy Now. Or watch it on the ESPN app. Go to the ESPN Plus tab, click on the Wilder Fury fight tile. Of course, it's also available on pay-per-view. Deontay Wilder resting before he gets on the scale. The 34-year-old American superstar who has never forgotten where he's come from.
All the rewards I done reaped, you know, from then until now, is like, it's crazy. I see this house and to see the house that I'm in now, or see the things that I have, I'm like, man, I came a long way. I always had goals and plans of being somebody successful. And I can say I'm a success.
The fact that it happened in a city called Tuscaloosa, named for an Indian chief who was taller than everybody else, whose name literally translates to Black Warrior, sitting in a gym 100 yards from the Black Warrior River. I mean, how ironic can this thing get?
Tuscaloosa is known for football.
Alabama back on top. National championship at Alabama. Roll Tide.
That's a new heavyweight in town. He's from Alabama. His name's the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. And for all the heavyweights that are looking and watching me right now, what's up, baby?
He means hope, man.
Bama, where you at, baby?
He came from the same place, the same block, the same street. If he can do it, you can too.
I mean, he always come here visit. You know what I'm saying? He don't ever forget about us.
He's the man of Tuscaloosa, and everybody loves him.
Hailing from and proudly representing his home of Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Home of the baddest man on the planet, Deontay Wilder.
He's a beast. I mean, a knockout punch machine. He got that knockout swing.
But he's choose to keep his legacy in a place where a lot of people can't even pronounce it.
We're Town for football. Now we're Town for boxing. Let's go, baby.
Bomb Squad.
He brings that sense of if you work hard, you can achieve anything.
And when Deontay was training for the Olympics, he was our beer delivery driver to my restaurant, and he would literally jog with kegs of beer. He hasn't changed a bit.
This dude is special. From the heart of Dixie, we have an American heavyweight right now. We got to give him his flowers while he's here.
When I hear Tuscaloosa, Alabama, I hear and I feel home sweet home.
There is Deontay, final moments before the weigh-in. 34-year-old from Tuscaloosa, who is so fiercely proud and still has that hunger that he always displayed when growing up in Alabama.
Yeah, he says, I love the simple things in life. He's got his family, he's got his friends, big home, everything that he loves. He's staying at home because it keeps him simply where he loves to be.
Joe, he plays in a basketball league with local cops. He is part of the community there. He's a regular guy there. And it's not just talk. He says, I have the same team that I started off with. And JD's, Mark Breland, same guys. No changes throughout his life.
That is the WBC heavyweight champion. But a real treat on this pay-per-view is we get to see one of the most exciting Mexican champions, the WBO super bantamweight champion, Emmanuel Navarrete, will have a title defense on this pay-per-view. It's time to go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, from the MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas, we continue with our official weigh-ins. This time, we present our fighters in the first of our World Championship attractions. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Junior Featherweight Championship of the World. First to the scale, we present the challenger, seeking his 18th consecutive victory, making his first attempt at a world title and his U.S. debut. Please welcome world-ranked challenger from the Philippines, Gio Santissima. And Santissima weighs in at the limit of 122 pounds, 122. And now to the scale, the defending world champion, outstanding record of 30 wins, only 1 defeat, 26 big wins coming by way of knockout. From Mexico City, he'll be making the 5th defense of his title. Here is the defending WBO Junior Featherweight Champion of the World, Emmanuel El Vaquero Navarrete. Navarrete makes the limit of 122 pounds, 122 for the defending champion.
There was a concern as to whether Navarrete would be able to make 122, the world champion, perhaps his last defense of his junior, his super bantamweight,
It will be the
featherweight
last.
title. It's hard for him to make
It will
weight.
be the last.
Well, let's advance the story when it comes to Deontay Wilder. And, of course, the big story is the big right hand. Historic level power for Deontay Wilder in a rich and storied history of the heavyweight division. When you think about the big hitters like Joe Louis or the great Rocky Marciano, Muhammad Ali, and that era of the 70s, the thunderous power of George Foreman, and then into the 80s with the force of nature that was Iron Mike Tyson. But the guy with the highest knockout percentage is Deontay Wilder in the history division at 95% knockout rate. So many facets to making up a fight, including gamesmanship.
No points are awarded. No judges swayed. But gamesmanship is a hallmark.
This is what I've been waiting so many months for.
Of how the fight game is played.
You know, you owe me everything. I brought you to this level.
The order of entrances. The outfits they wear. But it's all out the window with the first punch that lands.
Light him up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am standing inside the ring where it all goes down tomorrow night. We are 2 fights away from bringing them out. What I need you to do right now is stay on that phone, get on social media, use hashtag WilderFury2. But if you are Team Wilder, use hashtag Team Wilder. If you are Team Fury, use hashtag Team Fury. You can see on the screens right now, it's a one-sided affair. A lot of tweets going out for Team Fury. I'm holding some official merchandise that is on sale just outside the Grand Garden Arena. Make sure you pick it up. But right now, if you get on social, I'm going to come find you in the stands. We love that you are here with us this afternoon. Again, just a fight away from bringing out the heavyweights. Sit tight, relax, get on social, tell the world where you are. You're inside MGM Grand Garden on the world-famous Las Vegas Boulevard. 2 fights away. Thanks for hanging in.
God bless you. Thank you.
moments away from the weigh-in live, but here's how you can buy the pay-per-view on Saturday. FoxSports.com/pay-per-view. Click Buy Now. Download the Fox Sports app. Stream it live on your favorite device. You can go to ESPNPlus.com/WilderFury and click Buy Now. Or watch it on the ESPN app. Go to the ESPN Plus tab. Click on the Wilder Fury fight tile, and it's also available on pay-per-view. The British fans, the Irish Traveler fans here in force. But guess who else is a fan of Tyson Fury's? Pro Bowl offensive lineman Lane Johnson from the Eagles is in the locker room right now, presenting Fury with his Pro Bowl jersey and a trade-off with a signed glove. He's the lineal champion, the beltless title, the alphabet absent claim, but the one history recognizes.
When Ali shook up the world in 1964, he climbed to the top of sport's most deeply rooted tree, the lineal heavyweight championship, dating all the way back to 1885 and the first superstar, John L. Sullivan. It's the greatest unbroken chain with legendary links named Dempsey and Lewis, Marciano and Liston. And yes, there have been some retirements, some recognized 1 versus 2 showdowns, but always clarity. Spinks upset Holmes before crumbling to Iron Mike. It's why Buster Douglas's upset meant more, why Holyfield's courage really mattered, why Lennox Lewis was a mighty ruler, and why Vladimir Klitschko looked down at a generation. They held the title, lineal champ, not just belts. Then in 2015, Tyson Fury convincingly beat Klitschko. The throne was his, and still is. Fury hasn't been beaten. You have to lose it in the ring. Fury's the man who beat the man who beat the man.
And he's looking to make the 6th defense of his lineal title. But just 1 moment, says Brian Kenny. Hold on a second, says Brian Kenny.
I shouldn't have telegraphed this shot. I should have just Jersey Joe Walcotted you, let you walk toward me, I walk away. Wait, what? Bang! Let me just pump the brake for a second on that, Joe. And I know, look, I was on for a decade on Friday Night Fights with Max, you, Teddy, and I was all about this. But you can't put the title on ice. You can't be the lineal champion emeritus, and it's just yours forever and ever. He was gone 2.5 years. Deontay Wilder won a belt, and then he started defending on a regular basis. Anthony Joshua then beat Klitschko. He started defending on a regular basis. The heavyweight division moved on without Tyson Fury. Now, I know, Sean, Tyson Fury, when he comes back, when Tyson comes back, he says, hey, you have to deal with me. Yeah. You have to deal, and it's like, that's correct. But so, yes, you got to be the man who beat the man, but you can't put it on ice forever.
Follow the trail. The belt has, the championship has prestige.
Sean, there's a break in the trail.
You got to follow the trail.
There's a 2.5-year break in the trail.
I don't care. Listen to me. He was the lineal champion because he beat the man who beat the man who beat the man who beat the man. He had some problems. He went away. Guess what? When he comes back, he's still the man. Nothing has changed about Tyson Fury at all.
All right, Sean, what's the time limit? How long can you not fight and have that title? And
nobody said anything.
Forever?
Nobody said anything.
So Errol Spence just barely, maybe beats you, right? Can he now take the welterweight title and say, I'm putting it on ice for 5 years?
Say something.
Yeah, 5 years. Hey, what about me?
Nobody said anything. But in his defense, in Tyson Fury's defense, no one has been able to beat him since he's been back.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know if you guys just saw the split screen with the 2 fighters realizing they were on camera together, but they're well aware of what they're in store for tomorrow night and what's on the line, the WBC Championship and the lineal heavyweight championship of the world. And, by the way, the Ring Magazine belt, which is history written.
I feel good about all this, Joe.
I feel great about all this. Tyson's all smiles. Wilder is calmly sitting back right now. In moments, they will be out on stage together and on the scale. All right, let's dig in on Tyson Fury a little bit because he has speed, he has movement, and as Andre Ward explains, he is ultra elusive.
Okay, so Tyson Fury is hard to hit. In fact, despite being taller than the average NBA forward and heavier than an NFL linebacker, he's statistically the most elusive heavyweight in the world, getting hit fewer times per round than any other top 50 boxer in his class. So how does he make so many opponents look like they're fighting a ghost? Well, first let's see what it takes to dodge a punch. While Deontay Wilder's power comes from his right hand, he can throw a quick left in just 0.18 seconds. That's about the same amount of time it takes a 210-mile-per-hour fastball to reach home plate. You think you could dodge a punch like that? why don't you see for yourself? Not easy, is it? Well, that's because the average person needs at least 0.2 seconds to react to something visual, like an incoming punch. But in their first fight, Fury was able to react to some of Wilder's punches in as little as 0.16 seconds. That's on par with the speed of the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. Fury's able to do this for a few reasons. First, he's tied as the tallest top 50 heavyweight fighter in boxing, which means punches approach him from a lower angle. And because the bottom portion of a human's visual field is about 40% larger than the upper portion, Fury is able to pick up on certain movements that shorter boxers cannot. Now, once he spots that movement, his brain begins to predict the punch trajectory by using previous fight experiences. And studies show elite athletes like Fury can combine info from those old experiences with what they're currently seeing. That can produce reaction times more than 15% faster than the average. And it's why Fury is able to do this.
4 punches missed with the head movement.
And after he starts reacting, Fury's stance allows him to create a ton of space. His center of mass is positioned slightly toward his lead foot, and he keeps his feet about 15% closer than what we'd expect from a more power-focused boxer like Deontay Wilder. This allows him to drop his back foot at any time and then extend it comparatively farther. All this helps him create space at the same rate as James Harden during a step-back jumper, which is why for Deontay Wilder, connecting with Fury was and will be no easy task.
This is a master class right now. And we saw plenty of that in their first fight when Wilder only landed 17% of his power punches, well below his typical average when he fought Fury. Guys, we were with Fury yesterday, and he made an interesting comment of analysis to us. He said, growing up and up until training for this fight, never wore headgear.
Right. It makes perfect sense. The hardest thing in the world to do, Sean, as you know, stand right in front of a guy and make him miss. In the Catskill Boxing Club, we're going back a few decades now, Joe, but I was a younger guy and I'm in there. They didn't put headgear, and I said, we're sparring without headgear. They said, you will be so tired, you would rather get hit in the head than move your head. Mike Tyson, with very few exceptions, never wore headgear, and he moved his head all the way up to winning the title. Tyson Fury, same thing. He said, put on headgear now just to protect that cut.
Right, because of the cut.
But he said it really bothered him. You have to have a real desire. I will not get hit cleanly. That's part of why he's become such a complete boxer.
And Tyson's been blessed. He's been blessed with the ability to have this sense of anticipation that you don't see. You know, he's been blessed with this speed and this cat-like reflex that makes him awesome. At 6'9", who does that?
It's hard earned, man. It's hard. You have to do that from the cradle.
And like
you doing your whole life.
At the end of the day, he grew up doing exactly what we see him doing now.
Now they're turning this into a comedy show now. There's big bro Shane right there. And he's playing with his hair. And we're just the camera here. Listen, he better stay blessed and stay elusive because he's going up against the guy with the ultimate power.
I'm the hardest puncher in world boxing. I'm the baddest man on the planet. My main job is to knock you out. I do that very well. I am Deontay Wilder.
The biggest puncher in the sport.
The guys are having so much fun back there spooning on the couch. All the heavyweights are on display on the floor. We got Ken Norton, we got George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Deontay Wilder, and we got a bunch of crazy fans right above him. Here's his shirt. We got one more bout to weigh in, and then we're bringing out the heavyweights. Hang tight, turn it up, and let's get this party started.
And our fighters are moments away for the co-main event of the evening, heavyweight special attraction coming to the scale in just a few moments. We do want to bring to your attention, I was just informed that while we have a virtual sellout for this fight, closed circuit possibilities do make themselves available. You can go to the MGM box office or their website to learn more about watching this fight from a closed circuit angle. We also want to thank once again our sponsors for making this event possible. Brought to you by Bloodshot, starring Vin Diesel in theaters on March 13th. Betfred, the official sponsor of Wilder Fury 2. Tecate, the official beer of boxing. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Get a quote at geico.com. And of course, 12 Irish whiskey, the finest, the tastiest, the smoothest liquid gold in the world. Main event fighters coming onto the scale next.
Wilder Fury 2, Saturday night, the pay-per-view. You can go to foxsports.com/PPV, click buy now, or download the Fox Sports app to stream it live from your favorite device. You can also go to ESPNplus.com/Wilder Fury and click buy now there. Or simply watch it on the ESPN app. Go to the ESPN Plus tab, click on the Wilder Fury fight tile, and it's also available on pay-per-view. We are moments away from this being the perspective for Deontay and Tyson. The walk to the scale, and look at the massive crowd live here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena just to see them weigh in. The big undefeated heavyweights moments away from weighing in. Here's how we arrived at this fight.
Deontay Wilder points out his ultra-explosive 2019 as a big positive.
To get ready for this particular fight, I came off with 2 dramatic, devastating knockouts.
A first-round knockout of Dominic Brazil dropped jaws, then his November rematch with veteran skilled challenger Louis Ortiz, equally impressive. And a bit risky. Wilder trailed on the scorecards, but his ultimate eraser finished things in 7.
The Gypsy King, Tyson Furry.
Fury's 2019 was far more unpredictable. He chose a new promotional partner, a new TV network.
Just want to show the ESPN Plus viewers the Gypsy King, Tyson Furry.
And a starring role in Vegas. Flawless in a June knockout of Tom Schwartz, badly bloodied and brawling for victory over Otto Wallin in September.
Deontay Wilder! I want you next, Bob!
47 stitches later, he was off to headline a global WWE pay-per-view.
This isn't your world, Fury.
His popularity soared as Wilder waited.
This is finishing what I started.
This time around, he won't be able to get up.
And now, 2 very different roads taken have the champs reunited for this ultimate showdown.
An ultimate showdown in which the guy on the right has said, I'm going to knock him out in the second round. Tyson Furry has been openly talking about what's about to happen, stepping on the scale and weighing much more than we have seen him in recent fights, saying, I will be somewhere between 265 pounds and 270 pounds. He was in the low 250s when he had the first fight. That's where he was when we saw him last year at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Everybody has their own reaction to saying this. As you see, he came in at 256 against Wilder, more recently 254. What's your take, Sean?
You know what? For me, I need to see what your body looks like today, Tyson Furry. I know you have a nutritionist. I understand you've had a strength and conditioning coach through this training camp, but has that really done anything for you? So I think when he takes everything off today, I think we'll get a good look at his body and just how healthy he is to carry that weight through this fight.
I believe him, guys, when he says he's had a very good camp. And that's why this day is important, because this is the weigh-in. As we know, heavyweight weigh-ins are useless. We're just out here dancing for you people. But no, today it is different. It's the unlimited weight class. But why would he want to come in so much heavier? Yeah. He's a guy, Sean, he moves, hand feints, head feints, feet feints. He was on his toes, moving constantly in the last fight. I thought he won 10 out of 12 rounds. Why would he want to come back and say, now I've got to finish you? Why?
The only sense I make out of it is he wants to hang on to Deontay. There's going to be points where he's going to want to get close to Deontay, and he's going to want to put some weight on that boy.
Sean, that's exactly what I expect early on. Brawling, mauling, leaning.
You want to get close to Deontay?
Listen,
I don't want to get close to Deontay. Why would you do that?
But I agree, but I think that's what we're going to see. Well, let's see what he weighs in today. By the way, we have an IBF heavyweight title eliminator before our main event Saturday night in the pay-per-view. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, from the MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas, we continue with our official weigh-ins. This time we present fighters in our co-main event of the evening. 12 rounds of action scheduled for the IBF Heavyweight World Title Eliminator. First, we invite to the scale the World Heavyweight contender from Vallejo, California, known as El Gallo Negro, introducing Gerald Washington. £236.5 pounds, 236.5 for Gerald Washington. And now from Carson, California, please welcome to the scale the former IBF heavyweight champion of the world, Prince Charles Martin. 254 pounds for the former world champion, 254 for Prince Charles Martin.
So Martin and Washington have checked in. That will be the heavyweight fight before the fight. The most anticipated fight in a generation. The fight that has been roaring with buzz, mainstream galvanizing buzz, as everybody knows this is the place to be. To the scale we go for Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury when we return to Vegas, Sammy Davis Jr. style Vegas.
When an irresistible force such as you meets an immovable object like me, you find out as sure as we live, something really got to give.
dedicate my life to the sport, my whole life. I'm the best heavyweight in my generation, by far.
Boxing fans, they hold high expectations for us because everybody always living in the past.
It's one of the truest sayings in all of sports. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. To become immortal, legendary, the GOAT, is to defeat every fighter that stakes their claim as champion. Ali did it. Marciano did it. Foreman did it.
I come from a different world. Not only do I tell you, I'm gonna knock you out, show you.
And tomorrow, the two men widely regarded as the best heavyweight fighters in the world will step into the ring to settle a year-long debate about who really is the man. In one corner, the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. The most terrifying knockout artist the sport has ever seen, whose superhuman power can end a fight with one punch.
And it's over!
Across the ring, the undefeated lineal heavyweight champion, the Gypsy King, Tyson Furry. A rare combination of speed, power, and agility. The man who beat the man.
This is a masterclass right now! Deontay Wilder! I want you next, bum!
And who now must again rise to the challenge in order to cement his legacy as an all-time great.
The energy is building up. This is the time for everything to come out. This is unfinished business.
Their first fight was the stuff of legends. Captivating 12-round war, resulting in an outcome still being argued about to this day.
Decision draw.
Tomorrow, in the fight capital of the world, the most highly anticipated rematch in decades is upon us. As two champions step into the ring one more time, dead set on leaving no doubt about who is the baddest man on the planet. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. Tomorrow night, we find out who that man is. Coming up, the second chapter of Wilder vs. Fury.
Landing his left, Wilder can use his right to deliver a blow with nearly 1,400 pounds of force. That's like concentrating all the force from a Derrick Henry truck stick into an area the size of a Y. And it's also why, against somebody as quick as Tyson Furry, landing his left can be the difference between a whiff and this.
Great stuff by Andre Ward on Deontay Wilder, who has 9 title fight wins by stoppage. The time has come, the weigh-in for the heavyweight world championship. And for that, again, Jimmy Lemon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, we are ready for the official weigh-in with the main event of the evening, the highly anticipated rematch for the WBC and lineal heavyweight championship of the world. Please welcome the fighters as they make their way to the stage at this time. First, standing at 6 feet 9 inches from Manchester, England, here's the undefeated lineal heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Furry. stage, standing at 6 feet 7 inches from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, here is the undefeated WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder.
Joe, who's from the United States? Amazing.
You tell me. A cascade of boos.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring our fighters to the scale at this time. First, the undefeated lineal heavyweight champion with a record of 29 wins, no losses, one draw with 20 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former unified heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Furry. Tyson Furry weighs in at 273 pounds.
Wow. Whoa. 273 for Fury.
3 pounds away from his all-time high, Joe, but he was in terrible shape. He's not in terrible shape now, but he's heavy.
Wow. All right, here comes Wilder, folks.
No losses, one draw, 41 wins coming by way of knockout, making the 11th defense of his title. Here is the undefeated WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. 231 pounds for Deontay Wilder,
231 for Wilder. That's a big version of Wilder as well.
He looks thick right now, too.
He looks thick.
Yeah.
Listen,
and again, Tyson Furry kept his shirt on. 273, kept his shirt on. I want to know what kind of shape you're in. We deserve to know this. It matters.
Well, he's never been the body beautiful, Sean. But you're right. At that weight, like, you can take your shirt off.
And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I want to see his body.
Here's the deal. It's the first reveal of not doubting everything that he's been saying to us for weeks.
That's heavy. And look, but Wilder's been 229 twice, including for Eric Molina. So this is the heaviest he's been.
Yes.
But he's still razor sharp.
He is.
You saw his body, Sean. That looked good.
Well, that's his frame.
And he's not worried about
He's a long, lean leverage guy at 6'7", 231. Fury said, I'm coming in at 270. I'm going to use size and strength and power. So here they are jawing against each other. Remember, the Nevada State Athletic Commission is not allowing for a stare down today. They have put forth the order that the fighters are not allowed to be face-to-face.
It's a long-distance stare down. They are staring each other down. It just takes a while.
And this is much like the language and the actions we saw Wednesday, just separated by security and the officials who want to make sure that we get to the opening bell, that we can have this fight and everybody stays safe. And that is why they put forth the order, the commission order, that they will not be next to each other after the scale.
It's probably a good move, Joe. There's a lot of energy in this room right now. And I tell you what, I'm somewhat taken aback by the cascade, as you said, of boos for Deontay Wilder and the British fans out in force for Tyson Fury. That looked like a coronation for Fury.
Yeah, I think right now the energy is so far on Tyson Fury's side that it's not funny.
Yep.
But they travel.
And now we got the double birds. Listen, you spend this much time consumed with one man, thinking about the guy who's going to be opposite you, who wants to ruin all your future plans, who wants to take your legacy and chop it out from underneath. And now you're within 24 hours. It starts to boil up. The hot crucible is there now.
And you know what? The best part about this sport is they're going to fight. It's not like, oh, in basketball, baseball, football, hey, could they fight?
Yeah.
No. They're going to make these guys fight. They will fight.
We got to get to that first bell. That's important to me. We got to get there.
They're going to fight.
And folks, you know, somebody said this to me as we walked in, as we update the tail of the tape, and you see that big number now under Fury at 273. Sugar Hill Stewart, his trainer, when questioned for the past weeks, saying, are you guys serious you're going to come in at 270?
Yep.
Said, he's 6'9". Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about it slightly, Sean, in that he has such beautiful movement. And in that first fight, foot movement, hand movement, head movement. Can you carry that weight and be the same guy?
Listen, Javon, Hill said that in the meeting. He said he can move the same. Now, they didn't lie about the weight.
Nope.
Why would they lie about that?
We can get the answer from the man himself. Kate Abdo is with the Gypsy King.
Thank you very much, guys. Tyson, let's talk about that weight, because you weighed in at 273. 5 months ago against Otto Wallin, you came in at 254. How long have you had that extra weight, and is it long enough for you to truly gauge whether you feel comfortable at that weight?
Yeah, I've been holding that weight for the last 2 months in training camp. I've been sparring every day with it, training every day, so the weight's not a problem. 273 pounds of pure British beef.
How does it affect the speed? Because would you be willing in this fight, you've talked about how important power is to you, would you be willing to trade speed for power?
Look, and it's no secret, I'm looking for a knockout on Deontay Wilder. And what, by the way, he looks on stage, he looks like a little scared pussy to me.
Whoa.
We also have to talk about the crowd, because the crowd here is absolutely incredible. It's American versus Brit. You're supposedly the foreign fighter. You have made Las Vegas your home. There's no question, of course, we've seen that today, that you can bring in the British fans. You and Bob Arum, around about a year ago, signed a deal for you to come over here with the purpose of you winning over America. Have you accomplished that?
Most definitely, you know. Deontay Wilder said the other day that this was his own country, but I told him that Las Vegas is mine. The fans have turned out to see the Gypsy King. All my fans are here! We're ready for a war!
We wish you all the very best. God bless. Thank you, mate. Bernardo is with Deontay Wilder.
Champ, 231 pounds, the heaviest of your career, 17.5 pounds heavier than the first fight. How does this serve you?
I mean, at the end of the day, we're heavyweight, so it really doesn't matter about the weight. As you can see, throughout my whole career, I've been underweight. You know, I've probably outweighed my opponent maybe 4 times in my career, so I really don't care about weight. You know, this just indicates that I'm in a better state, in a better mind than the last time, and I'm come for the pain.
Tyson Fury, he weighed 16.5 pounds more than the first fight. What does that tell you about his approach, trying to lean on you and make it a bigger fight for him?
I'm not worried about that. You know, I've always had to fight bigger guys, bigger than I. You know, that's just only going to slow him down. And holding the weight on me, I'm going to rock with it, swing with it, rock with it. So it's let him bring it on. You know, I'm not worried about his weight. All I'm telling him, don't blink.
Now, the fans here were rocking and rolling. He's got a lot of fans. You've got your fans. No face-off because the Nevada State Athletic Commission did not want to jeopardize the fight. But when you looked across and you were talking at each other, what'd you see?
He's nervous. You know, nervous energy as always. That's why he changed his camp up. He got 10 trainers. He dipping his hands in gasoline to harden them up. You know, he got a cut over his eye. That's why he wore the hoodie and the glasses. You know, he got a lot of nervous energy going on from the first time. And I just can't wait. I can't wait. I told him 24 hours.
And we're just going to get the fans what they want to see. I'm just thankful for this time. I'm thankful for all the fans that showed up, and I'm thankful for the fan that's going to be there tomorrow night to see a magnificent heavyweight title fight.
When the fighters say they can't wait, Joe, we definitely can't wait.
There is no doubt about that. That is well-composed WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder, who just weighed in at 231 pounds. But the big news of the day is Tyson Furry coming in at 273. Guys, sometimes when you prepare to broadcast a fight, you find your mind going in a lot of different directions, a lot of different paths as to what could be the outcome.
Yeah.
For weeks, we've been hearing from Tyson Furry, I'm coming at him, I'm getting to the inside, I'm going to be 270 pounds, I want something that looks like Hagler Hearns, I want to taste blood, I want to knock him out. Perhaps that is exactly where we are headed.
I think so, but I tell you what, I thought his process was outstanding, Sean, in the first fight, and I think hubris can be your downfall. When I asked him, why would you change this? He said, because I want to. I want to knock him out. To me, that's not good process. Go with your strength. Now, maybe he's in the best shape of his life. Maybe he's ready to go, but I don't know. 17 pounds more? Is he going to be able to move the same way? I don't know.
No, man. I do. I believe that he's going to be able to move the same. We talked about this earlier. Everything that he does is second nature to him because he grew up doing it. I don't think him being any heavier is going to take away any of his speed, any of his movement.
It's got to a little bit, right?
I don't think
he's on his feet. He's going to be able to do that lateral
movement.
He said
it himself. He's been training there for weeks.
No, I think he's had great camps, Joe. And to his point, he said, hey, when he came back the first fight against Deontay Wilder, he was only 6 months back off that 3-year layoff where his depression, thoughts of suicide, obesity, the whole thing.
And that's the best part of this fight.
And so now he comes back and he was beautiful in that fight. He said that was the worst camp I've ever had. This is the best camp I've ever had. I've had 6 straight excellent camps. I believe he is totally ready.
You just said something. Worst camp ever, and he performed the way he performed.
Yep.
How do you have a great camp, but you have a completely different strategy going into this one?
Doesn't make sense to me.
I can't wait for the first
Oh, by the way, let me just throw in. Deontay Wilder is 17 pounds heavier. There's 34 pounds of man more in this fight. 17 and 17. Like, why?
As
Deontay
he said,
even, why?
A whole lot of British beef on one side, and don't blink on the other side. You have a bigger, stronger Fury, and you got the best right hand in the business. You also have an X factor. The X that marked the spot of the right eye of Tyson Furry. That was a brutal cut he suffered in September. It took 47 stitches to close. That may play a big role come Saturday night. Wilder and Fury, the heavyweight championship of the world. It is set now. The next time we see them standing opposite each other, it'll be ready to fight on pay-per-view Saturday night.